Hello twin flames, thank you for being here, for liking, subscribing and all the amazing comments and feedback you leave me. It means the world, as you know, and if you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, join our family because we're here for you every day. So before I start the reading today, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been PayPaling me and sending me things from Amazon for my upcoming birthday. I am 45 on Friday. Me and George are going away. We're going to Blackpool and I'm really excited. There will be videos, okay? So even though I'm on holiday, there will be pre-recorded videos. The angels would never leave you without the guidance. So the channel will go on as normal because, as you know, in this journey, the show must go on. So I want to say a big thank you to all of you. And when I was out the other day, okay, it was really powerful because someone gave me a leaflet and it says, I'm coming back again soon. Now, this was somebody who was preaching in the street and this is connected with Jesus, but I saw this as a huge sign about the masculine energy. I am coming back soon. So the message is soon. So I feel this is what you need to know as you move forward into a brand new week. Because we're moving into a new week tomorrow. There's lots of change going on, forward motion and power. And I know you can feel that. That's what July is all about. Making the changes, following your heart, doing what you're guided to do. And this is all happening soon in your twin flame journey and in your personal journey. That's why if you really want to change your job, you know, really pursue a new career or focus on your spiritual goals, now's the time because it's all happening soon. But I'm seeing this as a big sign today that your masculine is saying to you, I'm coming back again soon. So a great message about reunion, communication and power flowing in. So we're going to use two powerful cards today, two powerful decks of cards today. We're going to bring in the Shaman Dream Oracle. And I want to say a big thank you to our soul sister Brooke for gifting this to me. This is one of my birthday presents. So again, I was going to say Christmas then. Big sign with that message yesterday about last Christmas and Greece too, things moving forward. So this is a great deck to use today. And a big shout out to our soul sister Sandra from World Illuminator 11. She sent me a brand new deck, Divine Masculine Opens Up. So we're going to use this today. And I love this deck because we've got a beautiful dog on the back of the card symbolizing loyalty. So you've got there the masculine obviously holding the phone, you know, because he's got so much to say, but sometimes he's afraid to say it. He may write messages out, delete them. He may be looking at his phone. He may be watching you on his phone, you know, on your social media. He may be scrolling and looking at your photos. So he does a lot of deep thinking with his phone. So this is another sign of communication. So I'm going to use this deck for the feminine, the masculine and the journey today. And we're also going to bring in the Star Tarot. Now there is also going to be horoscope readings today for the week ahead and a weekly reading too. It is Sunday after all and a lot of power flowing in. So let's do this then. So let's start with the Divine Masculine card. So thank you, angels. What do the Divine Masculines want to say today, please, to the Divine Feminine? I feel it's that one there. Two cards. Oh, three cards there. What does the Divine Feminine want to say to the masculine, okay, or express here today? Thank you. And what do we need to know about the journey today? What do we need to know about the journey? Thank you, thank you. I am going to be doing a DM to DF horoscope reading this week as well, so pay attention for that. Look out for that because I feel that's going to give you a big message for July too. So what do we need to know today? What do the masculines want to say to the feminine? And I feel this is important today. What your masculine wants you to know as we move into this brand new week because it's fresh energy flowing in. It means the 4th of July today. It's about independence and power. So magic coming in. What do we need to know for the Divine Feminines? There we go. And for the journey. Thank you, angels. There we go. What do we need to know, please, angels, for the Divine Masculine today? I'm excited to see what comes up. They are giving me magician energy, though. So obviously taking back their power. That's for the feminines and for the journey. Thank you, angels. So let's do this then. So let's start with the masculine energy. So the message is, I realise now that some of the people that I used to hang around with were giving me advice that was not to build, but to destroy what we had. And at that time, I listened out of my ego. Not anymore. Wow. Very powerful message. And I feel this is also a feminine message too, because you both mirroring each other. So you'll both be experiencing this. In other words, don't listen to what other people say. Listen to how you feel, what you think, what you know, because you know your truth. So I realise now, so looking back on things, you're realising, or your masculine is realising, that some of the people they used to spend time with, even people around them now or in their lives now, were giving them advice that was not to build them up, but to destroy what you had. That could be through jealousy, through inexperience, through not really understanding, what this journey is. And that happens so much because I always say, if you're going to talk about the twin flame journey, talk to another twin. Because, people out there in the real world don't really understand. They don't really comprehend what the journey is. It's a journey of growth and learning and releasing of the ego, because it's all about ego death. Suggesting that in a relationship it shouldn't hurt, or, it should be easier. But that's a soul connection. And even though, yes, you have a soul connection or bond with your twin, it runs much deeper than that. You find each other through the struggle. You become each other's muse and light and inspiration and guide, and the feminine lights the way. And this is powerful. This is how we find our way home to each other. And the masculines are kind of saying to you, I'm not listening anymore. I know now I listened from my ego. And the ego is the pride, that kind of manly energy as well, sometimes for the masculine, because, they get worried about what other people think. And this is ego, which edges the goodness out. And we have to edge it back in slowly with faith and power and understanding. So they're saying not anymore. I'm not going to listen anymore to what other people say. I'm going to start listening to my own self now. I'm going to start thinking about what you said to me and what that means and what that actually means for our journey. Because I feel so lost without you in my life. So your masculine is feeling it today. And there we've got that beautiful picture. You've got the dog energy connected with loyalty, partnership, companionship, bringing you back home. This is about real reunion energy coming in. Rescuing energy, because the feminine rescues the masculine. And this is saying to you, we'll be together. I feel so lost without you in my life. So I understand that something is missing and something needs to change. I'm working on becoming the greatest version of myself, and I'm learning to love myself. I know, and they're giving me their blocked throat chakra. So the angels are saying, if there is a block in communication in your connection right now, it's not that they don't love you, because they feel lost without you. And it's not that they don't want to be with you. They're no longer listening to people that try and get in the way. They're saying to you, I'm just learning to love myself. I'm learning to find my way. I want to become the best version of myself for you. And we spoke about that yesterday with Greece too. With Michael becoming a T-bird for Stephanie. And, I loved reading the comments, and I know so many of you love that film and love that song and, Cool Rider. And that's exactly what he does. He becomes his greatest version, even though she doesn't really need him to be that. That's what he wants to become. And this is understanding that. So I am working on becoming the greatest version of myself, and I'm learning to love myself. I know that the more I love myself, the more I'll be able to share with you the deep ocean of love that I have in my heart for you. What a beautiful message. Big shout out to Sandra for this deck. So this is powerful. This is the masculine saying to you, my love for you is as deep as the ocean, and I will never stop fighting for you. And it's so powerful because, this really reminded me of something in Prison Break, because me and George are watching Prison Break, and you've probably seen it. Maybe you haven't watched it from the point of view of a twin flame journey, because you've got Alexander Mahone, who starts off, as a nasty guy. He's chasing them all and trying to apprehend them, and he needs to kill them because that's his orders and stuff. But he goes deeper than that, okay, because he's got this beautiful lady in his life, Pamela, and his son, and obviously they're separated because of his job and the things he's done and his ego and, all of his demons and battles he's fighting. So they've separated. And in one of the seasons, she's talking about it to Michael, and she's saying he just changed. I don't know what I did. He just changed and he wouldn't let me in and he pushed me away and I just didn't know what to do anymore. And that's how we feel as a divine feminine. We feel pushed away. We feel betrayed sometimes. We take it personally. We don't understand what we've done for them to disappear. But it's his own issue. And that's why the masculine says, don't take it personally. It's not you, it's me. And even though you could think that's a cliche or a bit cheesy, it's the truth. The feminine does everything right because you trigger their spiritual awakening. You allow them time and space to find themselves when you surrender. And that's what Pam does. And then he comes back to it. And he rings her up and he says, I want this life with you. I want everything with you. Wait for me. I'm going to make my way to you. I'm going to find a solution. I'm doing this now. And obviously she has all this hope in her heart and she wants to make it work again. This is kind of, in the end of season 2. I think it says we go into season 3 because we've just started season 4. And then something happens, which again is not connected with Pam at all. It's not connected with the divine feminine. He's connected with his 3D world and what he's going through and things happening outside of himself. And he can't get to her because, he's arrested and all these things are happening. So he rings her up and he says, everything I said, just forget it. Just forget me. Move on. And he puts the phone down and she's left thinking, what's going on? Because she doesn't know what's going on. She can't see the traumatic experiences he's going through. She just thinks, oh, you just can't step up then. Okay, then here we go again. That's what the divine feminine thinks sometimes. And that's why we have to rise up and see the bigger picture. And yesterday in the episode we were watching in season 4, he rang her up again because he's out again now. And he said, I'm never going to stop fighting for this love. He says, I will turn the world upside down to be with you. And it was just so powerful. And I was like, wow, this is showing you, the masculines are genuine. When they express their love to you and they're really genuine about it with you and show you that, that's true. If they disappear on you or block you the next day, there's something else going on. It's not that they were stringing you along or letting you down or hurting you on purpose. They're just dealing with stuff. They're finding a solution. So another message here is saying to you, I will turn the world upside down to be with you. I will sort that out. And it's really powerful because in this deck that Sandra's created, she's created some extra cards, okay? Some extra cards here so that you can add your own messages on. And I put them in the drawer. I thought, no, I'll just stick with these cards. But the angels are asking me to write that down, okay? Because that's just come through now, very powerful. I will turn, this is the message for today, I will turn the world upside down. Upside down. Think how crazy that is to do that, like a tsunami of emotion. I will turn the world upside down to be with you. Beautiful, okay? If you see that in one of my new decks of cards, you know why, okay? So I will turn the world upside down to be with you, divine feminine. And that's what he's saying to you. How beautiful is that? We've got Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. And this is the number 20. And it's 2020 to 2024 when twin flames all over the place are coming into union. And I speak about that constantly. And this is saying to you, the choices I made, maybe these are the choices they made in 2020, have consequences. And they're realizing that now. So this Feast of Plenty is talking about change. And I love this because we've got a bee there. Okay, or you could see that as a wasp. So that could also be the anger that they are dealing with to release everything, to be reborn for you. But I'm seeing this as a bee connected with communication. And the swords there is like the 2 of swords in the tarot. So this is kind of that energy where decisions need to be made, choices, moving forward, gaining strength, clarity, understanding and power. And we've got the Princess of Pentacles. And this is showing you forward motion, change. We've got the Bear. So I feel this is your masculine showing you. Can you see? She's got a hand on her heart there. This is showing you operating from the heart. Feeling it all in the heart. Saying to you, I feel so lost without you. So this is your twin here. So for same-sex connections, okay, you're really going to resonate with this, especially if your divine masculine is a female, or if you're a divine feminine male and your masculine is a female, then this is showing you here that too, that, she's saying to you, I'm opening my heart, I'm gaining strength, I'm coming out of the darkness because I want to turn my world upside down to be with you. This is also showing you here the divine feminine grace with the swan there and the powerful energy. And you can see, this kind of animal here is coming out of the water. So again, rising up, seeing the truth, facing fear. And the masculine here, whether they're a man or a woman, is showing you they are connecting with source, because I'm seeing this star here as the soul star chakra. And this is connected with source, bringing all that power in, the clarity. Yeah, they're giving me, like this burpee energy again, fear, working through that so they can turn their world upside down, or the world to upside down, to be with you. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is very much about everything you want coming true. Eventual positive outcome. This is a card that's saying to you, trust me. Our journey is in divine time, not your time or my time. It's in God's time. And this is showing you that, sometimes your masculine will shield themselves, but they're wearing that armor of God to move ahead, to find you. Really powerful. And yesterday, me and George went, we went with my sister and we scattered the ashes, and I did a little vlog for members about that as well. And I shared the picture, me and George walking forward. That's how it felt when I saw that picture, because I didn't know that Lisa was taking that. She said, look what I've just taken, because we were walking in front. And I felt that was a big sign of momentum, walking forward into the distance together, the future, holding hands. And obviously that's a sign for you that this is what's coming for you. You put on your armour of God, you wear your armour. And we went for a drink yesterday in the pub across the road from the cemetery when we scattered the ashes. And again, a great symbol for July, because it's all about new beginnings and fresh starts. And in the pub we went to, on the table, there was stag antlers on each table. And right where we were sitting, there was a gold stag. And I wanted to take a photo with that, but I'd left my phone, so I didn't. But, and the stag was kind of rising up. So a big sign of the masculine's rising up to not only be with the divine feminine, but to meet the divine feminine at her or his level. Because when you are raising your vibration and finding your way and standing strong, they will rise up to meet you. So this is also a big sign about abundance and power flowing in, movement. So I'm seeing this, even though it isn't in there, as the stag energy, the power of the masculine, the feminine and the masculine coming home, being reborn together, because I will turn the world upside down for you, to be with you. Very beautiful, amazing, okay? For the feminine then, we've got, I am making plans for our future and I am excited. So I love this, because even though this is a masculine deck, you still receive the right message. And that's why you can use any deck of cards for anything you want. If you have an open mind and your intuition, I'm making plans, and you are divine feminine. You're visualizing the future, but you're also learning to release expectation. That means it hasn't got to be a certain way. You allow the universe room and space to allow it to breathe and to be the way it needs to be, not the way you want it to be. Because you'll have what you want, but maybe in a different way. So you have to trust this. I'm making plans for our future and I am excited. I have never been so sure of anything in my life as I am of a future with you. What a beautiful message coming from the feminine today, because this is faith. This message here is unwavering faith. No matter what, remember, the outside world says. I realise now that some of the people I used to hang around with or get guidance from were giving me advice that was not to build me, but to destroy me, to destroy what we had. And at the time I listened out of my ego, not anymore. That's why when you listen to readings that they don't resonate with you. That's why sometimes, something gets to you and you think, well, that's what you think, but that's not what I think, because I know my truth, because you do. And this is what you're saying. You're saying, I'm listening to me. I'm so sure I know that this future is happening. I know it's coming. I may not know when, but I certainly know it will. I just need to get to where I need to be first before I actually come to you. So this is reminding you as the divine feminine that while your masculine is waking up, doing the work, finding their way, you are learning too, because you're growing and you are learning what true faith and true surrender is. You're learning that when you surrender, surrender more. You're learning that when you let go more. That means focus on self. You're learning that when you're grateful, be grateful more, because everything magnifies and expands and brings in power. So this is divine feminine power here, saying, I know we're going to be together and nothing can shift that. We've got Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain. And this is 22. So I love that we've got these kind of energies signifying the years here, because as we move into 2022, this is the divine feminine transmuting pain. And transmuting means you give it to heaven and it's changed into something beautiful. It gets changed into something new. So this is the feminine releasing that pain by transmutation. That means you don't hold on to it. You forgive, you release, you surrender, you give it to heaven. So I feel this is a divine feminine's power here. And it says Fool's Embrace because sometimes we feel like a fool. We feel like a fool to embrace this journey. We feel like a fool to stick around. We feel foolish for the things we've done. But the Fool's Embrace is also about embracing the future, following your heart and taking a risk. So this is like the Fool in the tarot. So it's a big sign of change and leaps of faith and momentum and power and movement. So a big sign of new beginnings and better things ahead as we move and transition into 2022. Very beautiful. We've got the Prince of Swords for the divine feminine, and this is about quick energy. Again, fear, releasing fear. Fear about what's coming. Fear of manifestation. So you may see eagles today. They're giving me confusion. They're making me, when I'm connecting with that energy, feel a bit sick, nauseous. Maybe there's confusion. You're not sure what's going on. You may feel a bit disorientated. So again, the message is trust in divine timing, because your masculine wants to open up and so are you. So you've come up here as the Queen and King of Cups, which is really beautiful energy, because it means you're both operating from the heart. You both want to give. You're both on the same page. And it was really beautiful because someone commented about me and George on that walking photo, saying you're both walking in the same direction. You're both on the same path. You're both next to each other. You're aligned. And that's what I'm feeling here. Feminine and masculine aligned on the same page. So remember, let go of the when, the how, the if. Allow it to the universe, because it will happen the way it's meant to, at the right time it's meant to, for the right reasons, in the right way. So for now, be grateful, feel blessed, relax. If you're in anxiety over the future or you're stressing over the past, come back into the now. Use breath work to cleanse and heal you and keep you grounded. So feminine power moving into the new week. And for the journey, we've got you are my inspiration, and I'm very grateful for you. So this is a great sign here that the feminine and the masculine are both in gratitude today, that you're both being inspired by each other. Because remember, you are each other's greatest teacher. So you may think that my masculine doesn't inspire me, but they inspire you to become who you are, to become your greatest version, to work on self, to transmute the pain. Without you even realising it, you motivate me to do bigger and better things with my life. And that's so true. So sometimes we don't even realise the effect we have on our counterpart. We don't understand because we're sometimes in ego, or we're in the fear of it all, or, we're dealing with our pain and our emotion. Whereas when we rise up and see things from a higher perspective, we understand this truth. A lot has gone on since we last saw each other. I have so much that I want to tell you, so much to show you, and so much to give to you. So beautiful. So again, a great sign about reunion, coming together and change. We've got Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing. Again, we've got 23. And you may think, because we've got 24 here and 25, so you may think, well, Liz, you didn't shuffle them very well. But everything happens for a reason. Okay, it doesn't matter how much you shuffle a deck. If the right cards are meant to come out, they will. And these are coming out for a reason, because it's showing you stepping stones, what's coming in between now and 2025, power, flow, magic, the golden age. So the journey is fortune's wheel, luck and right timing. So the angel's saying to you, it's all in divine timing. It will all be in the right timing, because luck is on your side. That's why you keep seeing ladybirds. That's why you keep seeing spiders and rainbows and, all the signs you see, because the universe is speaking to you. And this is the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot. So it's saying to you, it's all happening now. The sun is coming out. And again, another big sign about, this energy of 2020 to 2024. And people, if you're triggered by that, if you're triggered thinking, what? 2024? Take a deep breath. You're taking the message in through ego, okay? Because that's not what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is between now and between 2024 and 2025, as we move into the golden age, it's happening now. So for some of you, you're going to come into union this year. For some of you, it will be next year. For some of you, it will be 2023 and so on. But it will be in the right time. What you have to do as a divine feminine is release the when. Because if you're still watching these videos getting stressed out by the timing of it all, you're still healing. You're still doing work. So it's not the right time for union for you, because you're still learning what it is to let go. You're still learning what surrender is. You're still learning what unwavering faith is, to trust, to hope. And I used to do this before union. When's it going to happen? Thinking I'm doing everything right, I'm manifesting, but I was still learning to let go. I was still learning to surrender. I was still learning to love who I am. I was still learning to be grateful and to work on my mission and my goals. And that's what we have to do. And then at the right time, like magic, your journey will fall into place. And it'll take you by surprise, and you'll be like, wow, that's so powerful. Why did I doubt it? We've got 2024, okay? That's what they show me, the stepping stones. But this is galactic mushroom, the divine matrix. So the message here from the journey is we are moving away from the matrix and moving into the divine matrix. That means in your 3D world, you see through the illusion. You wake up, you understand, and you know that things are changing. So again, a big sign about this powerful healing and change going on in the world. And I was talking yesterday to my niece Sophia, she's nearly 18 now, and she's an empath, she's a crystal child. And I was talking to her and saying, you're in this generation now because the world needs leaders. We're going into this golden age, but not only that, we're going through a global pandemic. There's an economy breakdown, there's crises, there's lockdowns, restrictions, all these things going on. And obviously this is continuing, So I said to her, this is why you're here, because, you're here to help and lead the world and show the way. So it's all happening now. So this is about change and power. And they show me this like, whatever happens, all the fallout of this pandemic and all the things going on, you rise up above and see through the illusion. That's why the world seems to be divided right now into people in fear and people in faith. And you know what you're in and you know what you're operating in because of your energy. And you just move away from any fear. And the best thing to do, if you're not, in fear and you're around someone who is in fear, if you feel that you can't help them, if they're not listening to any guidance or, your uplifting energy, just stay silent because you know your truth. We've got Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. And again, this is another massive sign, thank you angels, that this is the golden age, because I know there's people out there that say it's the golden age now, okay? But the angels have been very clear with me since about 2017-18 that 2020 to 2024 is where all the chaos is, okay? It's where all the breakdown of the economy, and look what's happened. And 2025 is when we move into the golden age, which is what this card is saying to you. Rest and renewal, things happening. So everyone watching this video, if you're believing, if you have faith, if you're watching this now as I record this in real time today, Okay, whether you watch it now or you watch it, anytime in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even to the end of this year, this is the angel saying to you, by 2025, you'll be renewed. You'll have what you want. So you have to look like that. You have to think, what if someone come up to you right now and said, where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 2025? You would say union, happiness, joy, living the life of my dreams, perfect career, money, health, success. Well, the angel's saying to you, that's what's coming in. So if you're watching this video, you're doing the work now, you're learning what this journey is all about. And you're learning to let go and trust and have faith, and you're not letting other people drag you down. You're realizing where to put your energy and what to do. This is the truth. This is why certain things can drag you off your path. This is why when me and George watch videos, if we're watching a reading or if we click on something or someone sends something to us, as soon as people start swearing, we switch off, because that's not angelic energy. If you're operating from a high vibration, and you're doing a reading, you don't channel swear words, you don't channel things that way, because it's coming from a higher place. It doesn't matter what the person is like. We all swear and we all get angry and we all go through frustration because we're an ego. But when you're doing a reading, you're not operating from ego if you're channeling it right. So it's about you understanding what works for you and what doesn't, what knocks you off the path and what puts you on the path. Because if you're watching like 10 readings a day, okay, and 5 are uplifting and motivating you, and 5 are negative, you're going to stay in the same place. So the angels are saying to you, it's really important right now that you start to watch your energy, who you're spending time with, the shows you're watching, what you're giving your energy and attention to, because that's what grows. And we've got the 9 of Wands, don't give up on your journey. Release, resurrection is coming in, power to move you where you're meant to be. So magic flowing in. Release, bring in power. Look at this. We've got the 10 and the 10. Okay, you got the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. So this is about 10-10, and that's power. So you may see the numbers 10-10 today. You may see unicorns, which signify healing. And you've got the Chariot, which is signifying July. So this is super powerful. This is showing you that light will always overcome the dark. This is the mirroring energy, the yin and yang, taking back power and moving forward with control. So the angels are very clear today. The message is, I will turn the world upside down to be with you. And that's the way it is. Have a great day, sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon.